In this video I'm going to be showing how to do a software raid in Fedora 11 Linux. So I'm going to do it in virtual machine, so I don't stuff up any settings in my machine. So right now I'm going to create a new virtual machine. So I'm just drag this down a little bit, about there. So it's going to go next, custom, going to go Linux. So what I'm going to do is, let's create under Red Hat Enterprise Linux 4. Okay, that sounds good. No, I don't want to make it private. So what I'm doing now is I'm creating a setting up so the virtual machine can work. So I'm just going to change that there to 768 megabytes of virtual RAM, so the virtual machine can work. I'm just going to create a virtual disk. No, I don't want to allocate now, which I can allocate later. Okay, so there's creating. Okay, so right now I've got, as you should be able to see here, I've got memory 768 meg, hard disk, CD-ROM drive, that's on auto detect right now, so I'm going to change it to manual because I've got 2 CD drives. So I'm going to say to E drive. So yep, that part's set up. Now I'm going to add another hard disk. Yep, create another hard disk, SCSI, yes. Create another 8 gig. And yep. So now I've got 2 hard drives. And now I've got 2 hard drives, as you can probably see on the camera, me circling with the mouse. So since everything's all set up now, I can start the virtual machine. Okay, this is the typical Fedora setup, or start of it. I'm just going to click next, next. Just going to wait for the next screen to pop up. So yeah, it's going to go localhost, local domain as the host name, which really doesn't really matter. So I'm going to leave that there as is. Password for the root. Well, it's not really that important anyway because I'm doing VMware. Now that we're up to the partitioning part of Fedora, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a custom layout for the drives that I've created. So I'm going to go to next, and as for the first drive, I'm going to create an ext3 file system. Now that's going to be the boot partition. Click on the SDA one, which could be a little bit different on how the drive is set up. So that's going to be a 200 meg fixed size partition. So I'm going to hit OK. So that seems to be all correct. I'm going to create another partition on the same drive as an ext4, and that there is going to be it's going to be the root partition, and that there's going to have at least 4 gig, and that's going to be forced to be the primary partition. And as for the second hard drive that I've got there, I'm going to put on a swap drive, and an additional size. In the additional size options, it's going to also going to have a fixed size. So I'm just going to put 512 meg. Hit OK, and right up here it says RAID. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit on get RAID, create a software RAID partition. Hit OK, and click on the top one, SDA, on the first drive. Fill to maximum allowable size. So that's done that bit. And I'm going to go to it again, and so I'm going to go OK. I'm going to do it to the opposite drive and do the same thing. So now the RAID has been set up, so I'm going to hit Next. Right, changes to disk, and there we go. So right now it's going to install Fedora with a setup I just gave it, and I'm going to configure the rest. Okay, now that I've got the setup out the way, I've now restarted the virtual machine. So now that's going to continue on with the basically the rest of the setup. So I'm just going to click forward. Yes, I understand the license, so I'm just going to call this virtual user your name can, the name of it can be user again. I'm just going to create something. So yep, just create something. Okay. Alright, so we're not going to really worry about the date and time right now. Just going to wait a few seconds. There you go. Password box. Alright, so we're logging in. So right, in this session I haven't got any sound configured for it, so wasn't really much point. So I'm just going to so the purpose of this video is to demonstrate the RAID system. So we're just basically going to the computer icon, and at the moment it's just got the file system and looks like everything's normal. So alright, so yeah, basically the actually some video. Just going to have a quick look. So yeah, PUMSET disk utility. Okay, it's 4.1 gig. Now, unrecognized. Well, it's saying it's unrecognized. The RAID that I just set up. So it says it's next RAID auto detect. So yeah, really, it should have worked. Let's get rid of that there. So Linux RAID. So hopefully I can try and redo it again. So yeah, you can go through with a bunch of different file systems. Okay, hope you enjoyed my unsuccessful attempt at creating a RAID, but creating RAID in Fedora 11. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, hopefully in the near future, I'm going to create another video, and hopefully I'm going to succeed at that one to show that it's relatively easy to set up. So, but the general idea of setting up RAID in Linux is should be generally easy according to my videos. So if you can get it to work, it's great. And if you can't, you're going to have to play around with it a little bit more. So hopefully you enjoyed the video.